I had my first good day on DoorDash for the first time in months a few days ago. Does that mean that the tides are turning? No. There were extenuating circumstances that led up to me having a good day. This video is all about app reliance and coexisting with these apps, but only when it's beneficial for you. Alright guys, I've been at it for 4 years now. I've driven full-time, I've driven part-time, and I've set myself up in a way where if DoorDash disappeared tomorrow, I would be just fine. And you can too. I want to start with coexisting with these apps when it's beneficial for you. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I actually had a really good day on DoorDash a few days back, but there were reasons for it. For starters, the day was April 20th, and if you don't know what that means, let me know in the comments what part of Utah you're from. Let me tell you, being in a college town on 420 meant that it got hazy quickly and that people were starving. On top of that, the weather was horrible. In fact, here's a video of me running my fat ass through the pouring rain. On this specific day, I didn't have to schedule or anything like that. I just pressed Dash Now and made decent money. Hell, there was even peak pay. That, right there, is how it should always be. Maybe not always peak pay, but Dash Now. This is a prime example of making the app work for me. It didn't require a high acceptance rate or me taking bullshit offers. Now, I'm of the opinion that the more apps you run, the less reliant you are on DoorDash and the fewer games you have to play. Let me ask you this. If you have to take a bunch of $4 and $5 orders going equal miles, is that actually beneficial to you? Or at that point, are you the benefit to the app? Keep in mind, drivers and the companies have different goals. Their goal is to get orders delivered as fast and as cheap as possible, while your goal should always be to make as much money as you can in the shortest period of time. These apps aren't filling our gas tanks, they're not paying for repairs on our car, and they're damn sure not paying any benefits. Let me ask you this. If you're having to take a bunch of $3 and $4 orders going 3 and 4 miles, is it actually beneficial to you, or are you just helping the apps achieve their ultimate goals? Is that worth Dash Now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'll be the first to admit, it is getting harder to get hours on DoorDash. But I'd also like to point out, under the updated driver tier system, Dash Now is also not necessarily guaranteed. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, but if you're having to take trash orders just to Dash Now, are you actually making any money, or would you be better off working overtime at a W-2? That may rub people the wrong way, but it's an honest question, don't you think? Like I said towards the beginning of the video, I've been driving for 4 years now, and my approach really hasn't changed much. With the exception of when I first started driving, I've always had a low acceptance rate, and yet I'm still here preaching it. Let me know in the comments section how many apps you're activated on. Out of those apps, how many of them do you run every single day? If the answer is anything less than all of them, you may want to consider adapting your approach. Don't get me wrong. When drivers do these apps the right way, they're hugely beneficial to us. They provide fantastic opportunities. However, I see far too many drivers who are the benefit to the app rather than the other way around. Rhetorical question. I don't expect you to answer this in the comments section. If these apps were to disappear tomorrow, would you be okay? Would you still be able to pay your bills? The unfortunate reality is far too many drivers would say no, and that's not a dig. It's something that we as a community need to work on though. I'm not the brightest person out there. I don't have an MBA from an Ivy League school. Hell, I've never even taken a semester at college, but yet, I've been able to develop additional streams of income for myself outside of these apps. And you can too. Everybody is good at something, and there's always going to be somebody out there who's willing to pay us to do what we're good at. How can you monetize yourself? To be clear, I don't want you to fall for some get-rich-quick scheme or some internet guru promising you all the success in the world. But with hard work and dedication, you can develop additional streams of income too. Now, this is not financial advice, and I'm obviously not a financial advisor, but do your own research and invest in some stocks that pay dividends. Sure, it'll start slow, but it does snowball. Something that I personally do is I keep a fair chunk of money in a high-yield savings account. Sure, it's not going to buy me a Ferrari at the end of the year, but it's extra money that I did literally nothing for. Maybe you're an artist, a writer, or a web developer. Check out freelance sites like Upwork or Fiverr. You can set your own rates for the work that you're doing, and you don't have a boss breathing down your neck. If you use Upside when you drive, send your link to family and friends. Every time they get gas, you'll get 1 cent. And speaking of which, I have an affiliate link for it in the description if you're not signed up yet. If you don't feel like you have any talents, first of all, you're wrong, but check out YouTube and learn something new, and then monetize that skill. Something else you could try is being an Amazon affiliate. If you sign up, you'll get your own unique link, you can send it to your family and friends, and anytime they buy something on Amazon using that link, you get a kickback. Personally, my favorite are things that earn me passive income. I put in the work up front, and I continue to reap the rewards for a very long time. I don't say this to showboat, but rather to prove the point that if I can do it, anybody can do it. Outside of the apps, I have about 7 sources of income that pay me anywhere from a few bucks a month to a few $1,000 a month. If I can do it, seriously, you can do it too. The ultimate goal is to be less reliant on these apps. The reason I'm talking about this is because in my heart of hearts, I fully believe that far too many people rely on one company, be it a W-2 job or a gig app, rely on that one company's success to ensure that they're able to pay their bills. It's a trap that none of us should fall into. Companies go under, jobs get outsourced, and people get fired. That's why I fully believe that we should be able to do it for ourselves. I'm not saying that you should walk into your boss's office and tell him to get bent. What I am saying is you should start considering different, creative ways outside of these apps to increase your income. The gig apps should be part of your income, sure, but I would caution you against relying on them completely. Well guys, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you're checking it out within a few days of the video's release, then I'm on vacation. I will still be reading my comments, but I may not be able to respond to anywhere near as many as I usually would. Give me a couple weeks, and things will go back to normal. If you haven't done so yet, please do consider pressing the like button and subscribing to my channel. My name is Zach. Take care.